Yep. It says you're Kathy, and then a lot of it would just be asterisks because every time I cuss, that's all it fills
Oh,
out.
it just
We're
is a lot
like,
of asterisks, right? No,
yeah,
because I
so
every well,
that would
that
be a
doesn't
very
surprise
boring
me because
post.
I don't know why people think the name Daphne is so hard.
It's not.
You know, because it's like it's like, what's your name? Daphne. Jessica. No. Did I say Jessica? No, I said Daphne. Kathy. No, I said Daphne. Why are you saying Kathy? You know, and it's like they'll come. Actually, Jessica's the one that threw me for a loop. It's like, where the fuck do you get Jessica from?
You ready for this, Jessica?
Oh my god!
Oh my
You
God.
know,
Good morning, everyone. It is February 16th, 2024, and this is the Raging to the Vlogs.
Ugh.
Uh,
Yeah, I hear that Starbucks that they misspell names on purpose.
oh, yeah, they do that to
Yeah,
be dicks.
because they know that they go viral, that people post them
For
on.
sure. It's a marketing
So it's like,
ploy.
yeah, so they do that on purpose. So whenever they give you like a stupid name on your cup, they're counting on you to put that on Instagram.
Well, I mean, that's why they ask for your name when you're going through the drive-through. What the fuck does it matter, Karen? All
Right?
you have to do is hand me my coffee and I drive on. You know what
Right.
order number I am. No, but
Oh,
that's exactly why they do
oh
it.
no, you know what I got addicted to? The friggin'
What's that?
Starbucks app.
Oh shit.
Because all I have
You
to
got
do.
stars, Daphne?
Yes, I do. I was upset I couldn't use them in Florida. And I just order from the app, and it's like, not only do they get my name right, but they get my order right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's like I just like I don't even want to go to the counter anymore. But before we're gonna
You
before
ready for this bullshit?
absolutely not. But hit it.
Well, I have to find it to hit it. Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
Ah, here we go. Well then.
Yeah.
Did you hear the weird chime?
No,
I heard a weird chime. Oh, let's
I
do this.
wasn't
All
paying
right.
atten I wasn't paying attention.
Good morning,
Ah,
everyone. Good morning, Daphne.
good morning, good morning. But yeah, it's like I started using the app, and it was just like really nice. Like so it's like I leave my house, I place my order, and then by the time I get there, my Starbucks is right
Oh,
there, you know, and I just grab it and go. And it's like, if
nice.
I never have to place an order at a front counter again, I won't. Because the other day we were in a Starbucks, I must have told them 5 times my order, and they got it wrong twice.
Oh,
You know, and I go,
that's bad.
I know that if I placed an online order, you motherfuckers would have gotten this right to begin
Because
with.
it's already written down for you.
Right, exactly. Like, and the what killed me was that it was just me in the store. It was me and Jose. Hey, and it's like it was me and Jose, and there was nobody else there. So it's not like they could say, "Oh, we have a lot of orders," and I got things
Right.
confused. I told them what I wanted 5 times, and they got it wrong twice.
God, that must suck for you, Jessica.
Yeah, I know, really.
Oh,
Did you know that Shakespeare was the one who actually made up the name Jessica?
no, I did
Yeah.
not.
It was one of the, I think it was like 1600 words that Shakespeare introduced into the English language. And Jessica is one of them. The name Jessica did not
That's
exist.
cool. That's
Yeah,
kind of
the name
cool.
Jessica did not exist before Shakespeare's iteration of it.
Mm.
Yeah, so I had an affinity. So at least they at least call me a name that I have an affinity for. But I
Oh
still
my
don't
gosh.
understand how they get Jessica from Daphne though.
I don't either. I
Right.
don't get it.
Yeah. So, so you flash some names on the screen. So it's like,
Mm.
so who's joining us in the
Yeah, good
chat?
morning.
I
We've
saw
got
Joseph.
Allison, Joseph,
Allison, hello.
Grant, and Michael. Good morning. Good
Hello, good
morning.
morning, good morning. And yes, and I see you, my beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much. If you are joining us from Facebook, if you are joining us from LinkedIn, if you are joining us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat. All the other platforms are
And if you're gonna watch from Facebook, at least give StreamYard permission so that we can see who you are.
Why is Facebook making everything complicated?
I don't know. And they're really being a dick because StreamYard had a nice flow to it when we were able just to engage back and forth. Obviously, the person's given consent if they're talking to you anyway. So
Right,
it should
yeah.
just be automatic. I mean, just
I
like
would think so too, but it's like it's just kind of weird. So that's why I say,
it's a pain in the ass.
yeah, just come over to YouTube. It's a lot easier than that. And while you're here, like, share, subscribe, all the
fancy
good
stuff.
stuff too, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness. So I guess we might as well get introductions in order. Hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Especially since Nita obviously either saw or heard something.
No, I just was like, you missed the opportunity to introduce yourself as Jessica.
Oh, no. I'm not going to introduce myself as Jessica. No.
Damn it.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter later on this year with the brand new story arc, Tears the Mother, with a re-release of issues 1 through 5 and the brand new issue 6. And I am currently known for my medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, with issue 8 on Kickstarter right now. There's about 2 weeks left to pledge to the campaign. So if you haven't picked up your copy yet, pick it up now. Why wait? And if this is the first time you're seeing the campaign, all previous issues from previous campaigns are on this campaign as well. So there's no missing out on anything. You can pick up the entire series on this campaign. Links are in the show notes below. And in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales Online, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos, 500 and something videos. Sometimes I can't even believe that I've made that many videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's what name does the transcribed thing on YouTube, does it say?
It usually says needy.
Needy. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Which is so true. I'm so needy. I'm a very needy friend.
Yeah,
I need validation. What? You're supposed to agree with me, Daphne.
Well, yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so my name is Nita Lanning. I'm a writer, vlogger, sometimes blogger. I run the Indie Comics Network on YouTube, which basically just means that my Google account is in control of the Indie Comics Network.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else.
If your grandma has a Google account, she too also has a YouTube channel.
That's it. That's it. We bring you Indie Comics centered shows daily now, and sometimes multiple times a day. Wednesdays and Fridays are getting backed up.
Yeah, I know, right?
So you guys just tune in and check everybody out. If you don't like us, find somebody else. If you don't like them, there's always someone else. So just check it out, find your groove, and come jam with us.
No, really. It's like it's like Nita just brought over it's like not brought over. That's the wrong word.
We had a few people that used to be a part of another network have reached out to us and asked to come over, and so of course I'm gonna have that open to them. Let's see, we got Christie Shinn. She's bringing her Demon Bitch lunch hour over. That's going to be starting Wednesdays really soon. believe she said the 21st, but I could be wrong. This
Right.
Friday, Timothy Fling is coming over here with his return episode of the Creative Cranium. It's going to be his 50th episode spectacular. That's February 16th at 10 p.m. That's today.
Oh, that's
I don't know why I'm thinking it's next Friday. Yeah. Oh my God, it's the 16th. That's
I
horrible news
know,
for
really.
me. I'll get into that later. We got Hoi and Kai coming from Hyde Hermit Studio. They make a lot of like the stretch goal type stuff, like customized enamel pins, bookmarks, whatever.
That's
and
really cool.
You get to tune in while they hide behind PNG tubers and design the art, and it's really fun. And anything. Also, something else we got coming. Unchained with Paul Gomez and Dylan Moore. That'll be coming soon. I believe they're going to start next week. I'm not going to make that concrete just yet. We have a few more little kinks to work out or whatever.
Right.
They'll be here soon. And tonight.
No, the sour challenge.
Yes, tonight, Tina McElhinney and Rodney Fyke and Jaden and myself are going to
family
be just
affair.
Completely stupid before Timothy's show. We're going to do the 1-up challenge, which I'm really reluctant about because I'm okay with doing the spicy challenges, even if I'm gagging and hyperventilating. However,
although your
take
kids
to
can
super
eat,
sour well.
Well, I don't know. It's like because yesterday one of your kids stole one of your hot ramens. And
Little
like it was nothing.
dork.
So
yeah, she comes in here and no, she didn't sound like it was nothing. She was trying to pretend like it was nothing. Because did you hear the way she was breathing and the way she was speaking?
Yeah,
she was like,
but I mean, it's I don't know. It's like, but like I said, those Korean ramens, I mean, they're literally at the store here, so I don't know how hot they could possibly be. But good morning. But yeah, so today's going to be the sour challenge. You're going to burn holes
I'm nervous. Jaden's doing it with me. Rodney's doing it with Tina, and we're just gonna.
So what is it? Everyone just prefers sour to hot? Is that what it is? That's why they're joining you?
No, but it's just because we found dumb shit.
Oh, okay.
And when we bought them, Tina and I bought 2, but we didn't realize that there were 2 challenges inside. So it was like, let's have guessed.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. Well, how was the ramen anyway?
Yeah, thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I mean, it's like, yes,
okay.
So how was the ramen the other day?
So the ramen was very hot. It was worse than the bear, and I think it was just because of the amount of it. But I downed that shit. I had to give up before Tina. I went ahead and I was like, I need something to neutralize it. So I ate peanut butter. But because I went all day on an empty stomach because I knew I was doing it, so I thought it helped me get it down. Because I don't do a lot of heavy carb stuff.
Right.
But that was a mistake. Because eating this shit wasn't the problem. It was once it landed in my stomach, it was just acid, dude. It was like, I'm gonna die. Help me, I'm in danger type stuff. So
I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal of really, really spicy stuff. I guess I never was into it.
Well, we're born doing spicy here. Stuff that I eat would bring some people to their knees, but then the stuff the Koreans eat brings me to my knees.
Right.
So
yeah.
Whoo.
Right. Yeah.
Like Cajun babies, they're peeling crawfish tails and crab boil and throwing them on your high chair. Here, eat this,
Oh my god!
But in Korea, they take them spicy bulldog noodles, chop them up, and be like, "Here's your finger food," and then the kids rub their eyes and they just become immune to it.
Right, I guess. Right, it's like venomous noodles. You're just being bit all the time. Oh my goodness! Yeah. Oh boy, it's like I'm really tired today. It's like my brain is all over the place. I don't know why, but it's like last night I had a hell of a stress dream. Do you have reoccurring stress dreams?
I do. They're usually weird though.
Yeah.
I end up having some kind of relationship with somebody that's
right. That's nothing to do with nothing.
I wake up and I'm asking Chris to forgive me for my dreams. What's wrong with me? I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm so uncomfortable now.
Oh my
Or I lose
goodness.
my kids or forget them somewhere or some dumb shit
On
like
the top of
that.
your car or something.
I lose them at like alligator farms and shit. Like
Oh,
no kidding. Like it's always something dramatic, like a reptile show,
right,
or they're out at my mom's or something, and then
right,
there's some kind of nuclear war that all of a sudden just
right,
pops out of nowhere, and it's right in between us. So I have to figure out a way to get around to get to my
right.
kids. Like it's
Nah,
always bullshit.
nah, my basic ass has stress dreams about college.
It still
Yeah.
haunts you.
No, for real, for real. It's like, like this morning, I had to literally count how long it's been since I've been at SVA. Like I had to reassure myself that I was not,
I'm
you know,
okay.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
okay.
okay. I'm not late for class. I'm not skipping classes, or although I did skip my graduation though.
Yeah, that was funny. Your mom told me that. I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
fucking brilliant.
It's like that's how so fed up I was with that
Right?
school that once I realized I didn't need to be there anymore, I didn't need to be there. I have never picked up my diploma from school at all these years. So it's like, yeah,
How on earth will you ever validate yourself,
yeah,
Daphne?
I know, really, right?
What you gonna do?
Oh my God. It's like
What a waste of your life.
actually, what's funny is that to this day, it's like that's kind of how I feel about those 4 years. that it was just like it's like there's always this discourse about whether art school is worth it or not. And honestly, in this day and age,
Not with you two.
unless you have a very, very specific reason or goal for
Grant.
going, Grant has great school dreams.
He goes all the way back.
Right. Unless you have a very specific reason for needing to go to art school, don't bother.
Right.
There is absolutely nothing you can't learn. It's like, look, and even then, if you just need the bachelor's, just take some like basic ass classes at your community college, get the bachelor's and get it over with.
Right.
Because it's like, because the stupid thing is that you can barely get like a friggin' front end, low end retail job without a bachelor's, which makes no sense whatsoever. So, okay, if you want just the bachelor's, just go to community college. Don't spend barely. Well, they're smart because it's like, yeah, it's
they're not even bothering with bachelors anymore, and a lot of them are freaking doing like it's really sad because I don't want to be like anti-education, but they're they're making more money out the gate than people who are sitting there suffering years.
Well, because you know what it is too is that they're avoiding the whole student loan shit on top of it. So it's like, so they're actually able to do things without having that sword over their heads. Yeah, exactly, Grant. That it's like we were like convinced, like, oh, if you don't want to,
which is crazy because the whole reason it started was your education was complete at the end of high school, unless you needed a higher education,
right?
Like if you were going to be a lawyer or a doctor,
right?
A surgeon,
yeah, exactly.
That type of shit. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, we can make everybody think that they have to spend
right. Well, but here's the thing though, art
will never make it in life.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, art is something that it's like I said, unless it's like you need something very, very specific. Well, that's true, Grant. Grant says I'm not anti education. I'm anti being in debt for the rest of your life.
Amen.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because I was very fortunate. I went to SVA at School of Visual Arts on a full scholarship.
And if you're getting a scholarship to an art school, that already means you have everything you need already.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're already there. They just want the credit of you having to say you came from there.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, and even then it's like, and like I said, it's like, luckily I was able to realize what a waste of time it was for free. Even free, it was kind of a waste of time. But but the thing is though, it's like, it's not like I knew what I was doing with myself back then either. You see, that's the problem.
Well, maybe it kept you distracted and out of trouble.
I mean, I don't know. It's like maybe I would have been better off just getting a job or something. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's like, so yeah. So to this day, I have stress dreams about being at SVA, and last night like this morning, like I said, this morning I had to wake up and remind myself how
It's
long
over.
it's been. Yeah,
It's
how long
over.
it's been. And oh yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, so moral of the story, kids, don't bother.
Oh my god.
Don't bother. Not only will you'll save the money, you'll save yourself on the stress dreams too. And here's the thing, I don't even know why I'm stressed. I don't even know why that I was so stressed that I had that dream.
Well,
It's
you're
like,
running a Kickstarter. You're
yeah,
exploring an entirely new world
yeah,
on Kickstarter for a later
right,
date.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so like maybe you're just emotionally overwhelmed right now
right.
and that's your brain
Maybe, I don't know. You
processing
know,
it while you sleep.
yeah, because also, like, yesterday, I hit another milestone too. I am halfway through penciling Eagle Raven issue 11.
Woohoo!
I am halfway. So what I'm doing is I'm spending 2024 penciling out everything. Um Grant is saying, I feel like every generation gives their kids the advice they wish they got. Yeah, I know.
Eventually we'll get it right.
Yeah, because hindsight being 2020.
Right?
So like for this year, I want to spend the year penciling out all the comics that I have left. So I want to finish penciling out Eagle Raven completely up to issue 15. And then I want to finish the last two Tall Tales issues that I have for Tears of the Mother.
Right.
Because that's an 8-issue limited series. And I just want to pencil everything out, because once I have the pencils done, the rest of the process is a lot easier. Inking is a lot easier for me. Coloring is a lot easier for me because I'm also penciling and lettering at the same time. So then all I would have to do is just plop in the finished color pages, and we're except for Tall Tale, that's not in color yet. But let's see. Grant is saying, I'm worried our generation is too anti-college and kids are going to miss out on some opportunities. They just need to be socialized differently.
Yeah, and also can like to take into consideration what they plan to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm not anti-college by any
Right.
means, but
But
yeah,
the thing is, though, it's like there's no reason, there is no classes that's worth $100,000 that you can't get for 3,000 at your local community college.
right. And
That
some of those that you can get for 3,000 at your local community college, all you have to do is know how to use Google.
right,
Like
yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So I mean, it's like, yeah, kids just have to be socialized differently. So yeah, so right now I'm halfway through issue 11. And yeah, and I was just like going, ooh, it's like, what am I going to do now? It's like, because what I was planning on doing was kind of like giving myself the weekend break and then getting back to it on Monday. But now it's like, oh no,
Right.
the next scene is really good, so I got to
Oh
get
my
through that.
gosh.
So
And this is how we get overwhelmed, Daphne.
yes, I know, you know. But the thing is, though, I think that it might be best for me to finish issue 11, get that done, and then that way I can start writing the novel for chapter 7, and then like kind of like break it up with that, and
Right.
then I can go on to issue 12 when March comes around. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm having all these stress dreams. Because
You're
the fact
all
that,
over the
yeah,
place. All
you know,
over.
all over. Yeah. And it's like, and it's like, and I'm sure the Kickstarter is not helping either, because running a
They never do.
Kickstarter, it's like, it's always the same for me. It's incredibly stressful, just like having it running,
Hmm.
and trying not to like stare at the numbers, and it's like, and in the end, it's like a part of it too is that with every Kickstarter, it's like, not only does it feel like the first time I'm running a Kickstarter, and mind you, according to BackerKit, I've either run or helped with a total between me and Jose, we've run about like 54 campaigns, and we've raised a combined total of $150,000. Now, if we could only do that in one campaign, we'd be set. But yeah, we've raised $150 something thousand over the course of 54 campaigns.
You know how you do that, Daphne? You
What?
know how you do that in one campaign?
I got one. When I first heard about Dave being trapped in a maze, I was like, well, at least he's not sucking a big veiny dick for Kickstarter money.
That's not how Kickstarter works.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
it is. That is
exactly
exactly how Kickstarter works.
You know, so it's like, yeah, so even with that information under my belt, every time I run a Kickstarter, it's like the first time. It's like zero monies. You know, it's like, and it's really hard to not kind of like get that feeling of dread, you know, each time going, this is the one that fails. This is the one that fails. You know, it's like Michael said, forced to go back to college in '93 when I was burned out from public school and wanted a break and to think about what I really wanted to do. But my guidance counselor convinced my father for me to go. Yeah, because they don't know any other pattern.
It's like go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go. We know
like
time to stop and breathe and relax.
Yeah.
And think, process.
You don't ask an 18-year-old what they want to be when they grow
Yeah,
up.
right. And you certainly don't hand them $150,000 in debt as soon as they're
Yeah.
able to have any kind of.
And then you wonder why no one's buying houses and
Yes.
you know, and shit like that, you know.
Well, I mean, that's because nowadays to own a home and to even be considered middle class, I think they said the average income would have to be like in comparison to the 70s when it was like $35,000. It's
Yeah,
like
you have to make like
$150,000 just for a husband and wife.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah. Yeah. And even then you're considered low middle class.
Right.
You know, it's like
barely middle. Yeah, barely.
Because the money doesn't translate at all, you know, from you know what our parents used to be able to accomplish.
I'll just be happy to own 2 clunkers.
Right. Exactly. You know, so yeah, so it's like, so part of the stress is like staring at a campaign and going, oh, why isn't it doing better? But I did this, I did that, I did all the right things, and I'm doing this. Why can't, I mean, it's really hard to internalize, not to internalize that stuff, that there's something personal about a campaign. And mind you, my campaign's doing average.
But it's not personal unless you're a fucking asshole.
I mean, it's so my campaign is doing average.
Right.
Which is like, so why am I freaking out about it? This is the pattern that it's always kept. Why am I expecting something different?
Right.
I mean, but it's kind of hard, especially when, if you pay too much attention to people around you, also doing campaigns, and it's all like, business,
right,
and,
right,
money, and and it's like, oh, if you don't make X amount of money, you're a failure, and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, look, you could do everything right and still be average.
Right.
Like, or less than average. And like I said, it's really hard not to internalize that. Like I said, it's like, it's kind of hard not to take it personally. It's like, oh,
but you can't take it personally, because here's the thing. Those same guys that are saying that, okay, have these campaigns with bazillion covers on them and whatnot. But here's the thing. If say your average was $5,000 per campaign, you do everything on your books, everything. You're not paying for an artist. You're not paying for a letterer. You're not, the only thing you're paying for is to print that fucking book.
Right. Yeah.
So at the end of the
technically,
day,
yeah,
your take home is going to be more than theirs because they have to pay each individual cover artist. They have to
true.
pay their
Yeah,
letterers. They
yeah.
have
The
they're paying
colorist,
people to do their layouts and
right,
format the books for them because they don't know
right,
any of the business. All they know how to do is throw down a story. I
right,
mean, and that there's nothing wrong with that. Please, people, do not be like, "Oh, Nita said that," because you're
right,
full of shit. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is get while they're making $15,000 and you're making five, the take home is going to be the same.
right.
Which, so if they can say they're successful, then absolutely you're already fucking
Right.
successful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you see, and that's what I have to keep
Good morning,
reminding
Nicholas.
myself. Hello, Nicholas. That's what I have to keep reminding myself, that it's like, thank you, Nicholas. Thank you. I mean, and you know what? And that's the thing that I have to remember too.
Right.
That it's like that I'm doing that no matter what, I'm doing the best that I can, on my projects. And it's like no matter how it does or doesn't do, at the end of the day, I have a project that I'm proud of.
Right.
I mean, not to imply, or maybe, I don't know, like I remember in an interview, John Leguizamo saying nobody goes out to purposefully make a shitty movie. What was his name? Ubol, accepted. But because he was talking, because he had a movie poster in his house for a movie that he did called The Pest. And I guess it is like one of these movies that nobody remembers. It was a flop and whatnot. But he said that he had such a good time doing the movie. And it's like, look, nobody ever thinks they're making a shitty movie. So, so it's like, but the thing is though, like my point is that for me, it's like no matter what happens, at least I can say I have a book that I'm really proud of at the end of it, regardless of what I'm able to do or not able to do on Kickstarter. And yeah, and it's like, and the thing is, like we were talking about this where that whole like why me, right? It's like, why me? Why me? Why is my book failing? Why am I not the next Todd McFarlane? It's like, why
am I not the next Comics or Wizard Magazine?
Right. It's like, why me? It's like, I work so hard. I deserve this, right? Actually, the thing that always reminds me of is that scene from Unforgiven, where Gene Hackman's like, I deserve this. And then, Clint Eastwood's like, oh, he deserves, got nothing to do with it. And that's kind of what we have to remember. Deserves got nothing to do with it. It's like whether it doesn't matter how hard you work or don't work. It's like either it's going to click with your audience or it's not.
Right.
And that's even if you have an audience. That's kind of what it's really funny is that kind of is an important part that people tend to forget. You need an audience for this to work. Nicholas says also, you are not just this project. You are an iconic individual with the kind of long-term creative stamina that folks can't imagine.
Would you stop trying to steal my woman? You're banned, Nick. Banned.
No, Nicholas is not banned. Hello, HR.
No, Nick is banned.
Nicholas is not banned.
You watch. Who's
Who runs
the board, Jessica?
I mean, it's like, this is definitely my marathon, though. I always talk about how I want to do at least once the New York City Marathon once, and just so I could say I did it. But it's like, it's because I'm too busy running this marathon. It's like, I mean, it's like, I guess that's part of the stress. Tarantino says he makes movies for him. Everyone else is just invited. Damn straight. Maybe that's why I'm so stressed, because it's like I'm reaching, I feel like I'm really seeing the end of the tunnel at finishing this series.
Oh, thank God you completed that sentence. I'm like, don't talk like that, Daphne.
Right. No. It's like,
man.
that it's like, where it's like, holy shit. It's like I said the series is going to be 15 issues.
Right.
And here I am just rounding the corner, that it's like that we're talking about that I am going to be penciling the end of this series this year. You know, and I don't know, maybe in a strange way that kind of freaks me out, you know?
Freaks me out.
You know, because it's like, you know, it's like to have a complete series done in what, like 5 years. You know, it's like Michael
Right.
says, I don't care. I'm not the next Todd McFarlane. I'm happy I live in an age where I can get my work printed and get it into people's hands. It's true. Yeah.
You're right. You won't, because you're banned. Goodbye, Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas is not banned.
Nicholas is banned.
Nicholas is not bad. Flattery gets you everywhere, Nicholas.
And he's not done, Daphne. Bro, you keep polishing her like this, she's gonna shine so bright. I'm not even gonna be able to look at her. Stop.
Oh well, you know,
Stop.
no. It's like
You know
no,
how
I'm,
these
I'm
artist
too.
types are.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
feed
It's like
them.
no. Luckily,
No.
my imposter syndrome keeps me from getting too shiny.
It keeps you humbled.
Yeah, it keeps me humble. You know. But it's like, yeah, so you know, so people, you know, like, yeah, you hear people going, why me? I deserve this and this, that, and the other thing, right? And it's like, well, you see, but here's the thing, why not you? It's like, oh, why am I failing? It's like, well, why not? Why shouldn't it be you?
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like, okay, it's not exactly a positive thing to think about, but honestly, though, you know, the Stoics always talk about, and I mention this constantly, how it's like you have no control over your results. You know, it's like you only have control over how you're doing your things and like just the work you put into it. That's the only thing you have control over. You know, everything, you know, like everything that comes after that, you know, I mean, it's like, yeah, you could do everything right and never have a $10,000 campaign. You know,
Well, it's like you always say, you can control what you do and the effort you put in, but you cannot control the outcome.
right, exactly. You know, and it's like, you know, and the thing is though, and what's funny is that when I ask myself, you know, like, well, why not you?
Right.
You know, what's so special about you that you think that you deserve? You know?
Huh.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, why are you the one that needs to be the next Todd McFarlane? What's so special about you? You know? And the thing is though, it's like I'm not saying that as being as being derisive, but I don't know. I think that there's a certain, I don't know. I think that people put themselves a lot of stress holding themselves to a pedestal that technically they're not supposed to be on. And I think that because they get so focused on the pedestal, they forget the work they have to do to be there. You know, because they think they deserve it. And it's like, well, deserves got nothing to do with it. What have you done? You know, what have you done? You know, and like I said, and even then, even if you've done everything, it doesn't mean that that's the result you're going to get. I mean, and the thing is, why would you want to be Todd McFarlane? There's already Todd McFarlane. There was already an image. Why do you want to be second? Right? It's like, why do you want to be number 2? But the thing is, though, is like in the end, it's like what they're really talking about. It's not that they want to be Todd McFarlane. They want to be rich.
That's it.
They want to be, I want, it's like when they say, I want to be the next image, what they're really saying is that I want to be the next wealthy comic book artist, comic book creator. And that's such a general target. You know, it's like, it's so general. It's like, how do you even work towards that? Like, how do you make a plan? Like, if you say that your goal is, I want to be Stan Lee, how do you even plan for that? You go to the Wikipedia of Stan Lee, right? It's like, okay, you want to be the next Stan Lee. One, are you 15 that has an uncle who owns a publishing house that does comics and they're able to give you a job right off the bat, getting coffee?
Start out on the ground floor and work your way up.
Work your way up into editorial. Do you have that? You know, I want to be the next image. Oh, did you have a 10-year career at Marvel where you were on the #1 book? you know? Yeah, do you want to be sued a lot? You know, it's like, you know, do you, you know, did you have a 10-year career at Marvel where you were on the
Right.
#1 book selling 1,000,000 copies? Do you have that under your belt? Then how do you aspire? How do you not even aspire? Like, how do you make that business plan?
Hmm.
How do you even start to make that business plan? You know? So it's like, what are you doing to yourselves? You know? It's like you're holding yourself to a standard that you can't even attain, because it's like there is no plan for that. You are not in any position to plan for that. So why are you
Right.
doing that to yourself? I mean, talk about stress, right?
Right.
You know, I mean, I think that I mean, so yeah, so it's like, so
I mean,
when
I'm not saying don't dream big.
no, it's like, no,
I
I'm not
mean,
saying that.
none of them went into it thinking they were going to be the greatest. It's not
Right,
how it works.
exactly. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying that a couple people that run around in the same circles that we see all the time in indie comics, one or two of them's not going to stand out and blow up. I'm
Right,
not saying that, but I mean,
right.
that cannot be your driving ambition, because where are you going?
Right, like not even. It's like, what car do you even get for that? Like I said,
Right.
if you're talking about, I want to be the next Image, what does that even mean? You know, I mean, it's like you might as well just say, it's like, oh, I just want to be
I want to
rich.
get
Oh,
together with a group of my friends and I want us to all stab each other in the back.
and get sued a lot.
Oh wait, that's what we do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
we do
wait.
that
Oh,
already.
everybody in indie comics is the next Image.
Right.
For fuck's
You know,
sake.
but so it's like, so in the end, though, it's like it's what everyone is really saying. Well, I just want to get rich at this.
Right.
It's like, well, okay, here's the
I
funny
want to
thing,
be
though.
famous.
You know, well, you see, here's the funny thing. When at least I want to be rich doing comics is at least that's a little bit more specific
Right.
than saying you want to be the next Image Comics or the next Todd
Right.
McFarlane. You know, I want to be a #2. I want to be a
I want to be a
facsimile.
shit. I want
Yeah,
to be a
I
number
want to
two.
be
I
a
want to be a shit.
facsimile of somebody else who did it better. You know, I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's not a good look, you know? So, so yeah, so at least if you just admit that you want to be rich at this, okay, at least, all right, at least there's a focus now. Michael said, I think a good ambition is telling as many stories as possible so you leave a body of work behind after you're dead. Well, funny you should mention that, Michael, because I don't
Uh-oh.
believe in that either. I don't believe in that either. The whole idea of legacy. Again, talk about something you have absolutely no control over because you're dead. You know, I mean, my advice for everybody with that is enjoy what you're doing now, because dollars to dimes, there is no legacy. You know,
But once again,
you
fucking
know,
dream it. Think it's gonna be there. Have that. You can have that in your head,
but here's
because
right. But
you
here's
might
what is
be. You
it?
might be. Look at the peonies.
Well, right, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Wendy's shit's gonna be there after she's gone. Wendy and
Right.
Richard, their shit's gonna be there. They're in fucking museums and shit now.
Right, yeah,
Like
that they just, I guess they just had their work
Rosetta,
taken.
like it
Yeah,
can happen. It can
like I
happen.
think it was Columbia University
Mhm.
that they now own the collection to ElfQuest.
Right.
That it's like that students can actually make a reservation and go see the actual pages. You know, so, but the thing is though, like that was something that they had to plan for. Like literally they were like going, and mind you, that was something that kind of fell into their laps. It was the
Right.
college that came to them. Up until their point, Richard and Wendy are like going, what the fuck are we gonna
What are we
do?
gonna do with our shit?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you know, so yeah, so it's like, okay, so going back to the whole you know, it's like, oh, I want to become rich doing this, right? And
Right.
like I said, at least that's more of a focus, a specific focus than I want to be the next Image. Because okay, how do you become rich? You make money, right?
Right.
And how do you make money?
You print
Certainly
it.
not in comics, that's for sure.
Whoop.
You know, um and it's like, I don't know. And I think just like it's very easy to stress ourselves out with these kind of like in the end are like planless dreams. And that's the thing. It's like what is it? It's like a goal without a plan is just a dream. Is that what how the saying goes?
Right.
And it's like why do you want to do that to yourself where it's like yeah, Allison saying my goal is to still tell stories for me. I adopted Tarantino's philosophy for comics and it made it my own. Yeah,
There
exactly.
you go.
I'm out. Right, exactly.
We
You're
love
not
you, Alley Cat.
yeah,
I
exactly.
wouldn't love you if you were Tarantino.
It's like,
He's
he's
weird.
very, yeah, he's weird. He's very
He's
weird. But you know what? He would have to be. He would have to
Right,
be,
right.
for what he does, he would have to be. So yeah, so it's like, okay, I don't know. It's like, I think people confuse ambitions with dreams.
Right.
Right. And then they just think that, oh, if I do X, Y, and Z, that should do it. And it's like, again, it's like, well, what makes you the outlier? What makes you special? Why do you think you're special? I mean, and I think that this is kind of beyond imposter syndrome. I mean, is there like an opposite of imposter syndrome where
it's called ego.
Dunning-Kruger?
You're an egomaniac.
Yeah, you're Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, there you
Where
go.
it's like where it's like, yeah, where imposter syndrome is that you think that you're worse than you really are. Yeah, I think it is Dunning-Kruger where you think that you're better than you really are. And and I think, yeah, and it's like, and I think that like creates a lot of stress because like, yeah, then you have people going around like, oh, why me? Why am I not succeeding? Why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? And it's like, well, what's your plan, bro?
Huh.
It's like, well, what's your plan and what makes you special, and why, and it's just like, it's like, yeah, you're not, I mean, honestly, I think that there's a comfort in knowing that you're not special because that means that the rules apply to you.
Well, see, I like the syndrome take on that too, because in the same breath, I like to think that everyone's special, but that just means that no one is.
All right. Well, that's true. Yeah. Not everybody can be above average, right? That's not how it works. Because it's like, because if the rules apply to you, that means that you can make plans according to the rules, whatever the rules may be. It means that, what, yeah, maybe if you advertise more, maybe if you, focus on your craft, it's like, you make a better book,
Right.
you can create something better. Maybe that'll give you an edge. Like I said, you have no control over your final result. But if your goal is to be better than how you were yesterday, actually, do I still have that quote here? Because that's one that I think about a lot. Because honestly, I think that's kind of like, oh no, I think I have it on my wall. I have it on my thing. Where pretty much it's like the gist of it, the gist of it is that anybody, any asshole can succeed. But not everybody can be the best version of themselves.
Word.
And it's like, it's like, and it's like, and I think that should be the goal, like, how do I become the best version of myself? I mean, will that necessarily mean that you're successful the way you think you should be? Most likely not. But at least you'll be able to say, I did the best that I can. I did the best that I could. And sometimes the stars just don't align. David says, morning, I got to give you mad props. Art is a daily struggle, and you all just keep plugging away. I admire that. I truly do. Thank you. I mean, because yeah,
she never stops. Never.
Yeah, I don't.
Bitches, go, 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 go. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, I know.
It's go, 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 go,
you gotta be careful with the burnout, though. And it's like, there was an article that I found on my Substack that I had, I guess, started writing several years ago. And I'm trying to go over it to see if I can salvage it for a new update. And there was something that I wrote here. Let's see. Let's see. I had written, it's like, Tall Tales was one of those projects that turned from a high school teen curiosity to a lifelong passion project with 30-ish issues and over 1,000 pages of published comic art. Yeah, sure, there are mainstream artists whose page counts are in the tens of thousands, but for nobody like me doing everything, the production of a comic requires, from drawing, inking, lettering, pre-press, marketing, etc. It's impressive to me. And judging by how many real independent comics barely make it past their second issue, and my long career road is littered with their bodies, I'm a goddamn outlier.
Oh, yes, you are, ma'am.
I'm not going to sugarcoat my process with trite platitudes like do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. No, you are working every single day. And some days are more grueling than others. Do I love the work? Sure, I guess. But you better believe I am absolutely working. And there were a lot of times I wanted to burn the whole thing to the ground. The thing was, I wanted to burn everything else but the actual work, because grinding through the mainstream scene sucks, especially when you have a comic that doesn't fit a lot of people's definition of what a real comic should be. And being banned from the Diamond catalog didn't help my overall mood either.
Thank you, Michael.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, that's grueling. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's not, it's fun when it's fun and it's not when it's not. But the one thing that always is, it's work. And
even if you're on vacation, even on your day off.
Yeah. And it's like, and the work doesn't guarantee you're going to get the result that you want.
Nope.
Are you going to get, look, it's like, it's the joke that Jose keeps telling me. How do you get a small fortune in comics? You start with a large fortune.
Amen, Hojo.
Hojo, the grind never stops or we drown like a shark. It's true. But you see, my point is, right, is that if we get too wrapped up in the why me, right? Why me? I deserve, I work too hard. I deserve.
Toddler fits,
right. It's like you're only doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
Again, deserves got nothing to do with it. I probably should clip that so we could put that here. Deserves got nothing to do with it. So in the end, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like, yeah, are you putting out a book? Are you telling your stories that the way you want to tell it? Are you putting out the book that you're proud of? Are you enjoying the process now? Because like I said, you can't even depend on there being a legacy from this. What is it? There was something that I was watching the other day where the character goes, the problem with believing in heaven is that people focus too much on the afterlife as opposed to focusing on what they should be doing
right now.
So, yeah, so that's kind of like how I feel about it, especially lately. What am I doing now? And what's happening now? It's like, I'm finishing my comic. That's what I'm doing. Is my Kickstarter making $10,000? No. But
dude, sometimes it takes a minute to see those results. So if you're doing and you feel like you're not getting those results, just please trust me. I just spent the last year of my life feeling like a termite running around in a yo-yo.
Right.
And just now, a lot of my work is coming to fruition. I'm finally seeing evidence of growth.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's like, look, if you want to make money fast, there are easier ways to do that than doing comics, especially if you are laying out. That's nice. Ronan says, too heavenly minded to be of any earthly good. Yeah, that's kind of That's kind of the thought process, right?
Right.
It's I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not special. It's like, but
Right.
here's the thing: if I don't have a $10,000 campaign, that doesn't mean I'm a failure either.
Absolutely not.
Um, and it's like, and if you're paying out for so much work, it's like, yeah, there are easier ways to make money if that's your only goal. If your goal is to be
You can
rich,
sell drugs, you can prostitute, you can do all kinds of things.
I'm pretty sure there are other ways people can make money too.
Only friends.
It's like, I think that there are a lot of other ways. But the thing is though, so yeah, in a strange way, it's like, by telling yourself, I'm not special, what do I have to do to make this work?
Right.
It's kind of like the curse of the gifted child, right? Where it's like everyone keeps telling the kid that they're gifted. And what happens is that they end up learning these self-destructive behaviors where they don't do anything. Because then that way they don't have to challenge the notion that maybe they're not gifted. Cool. If I don't fail at anything by not doing it, I can't say that I failed.
Right.
Because I didn't do it.
Right.
Kind of a weird situation to be in. Meanwhile, the kids who actually get the help, they learn how to do things and be able to move forward with what they need to do, while the gifted kid gets left behind because they don't want to do anything. Well, I deserve, right? I'm gifted. I deserve for this to happen.
Right.
Meanwhile, the kids who are getting the help, they're getting things done. They're not special, right? Everyone's like, well, they're special. They can handle it. You're not special, so we have to help you.
Right.
I mean, it sounds weird, right? That actually by embracing your not specialness, you can actually move forward in a more realistic way.
We're just nuts. We're just nuts, David.
No, look, David, we just have nothing else to do for an hour.
Are you full of shit? I have plenty I could be doing. I need to head to my LCS today because I need some short boxes.
Right. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So that's kind of like the weird thing. Yeah. Where it's like thinking that you're special creates what Hojo says, this entitlement that actually holds you back because you can't plan correctly for what you're doing. Meanwhile, by saying it's like, well, I'm not special. I'm not getting a $10,000 campaign or whatnot. So what else? What do I have to do? What else do I have to do? Do I have to study my craft? Do I have to work harder at my artwork? Maybe I should read some books about writing. Maybe I should read some books about marketing. Because I have to work harder at building my audience.
Right.
It's like, so you're able to plan things. You're able to think clearly when you don't have the entitlement and the ego and the delusion in the way.
Word.
And that's that I don't know. It's like, I find that really funny, not in a ha-ha kind of way, but it's like everybody, like so many people want to consider themselves as special. And in a way that's to their detriment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ronan says, I love the title of this video because I had to start saying, why not me more than why me? I know that the world owes me nothing. If I want it, I have to get it myself. Right. Instead of waiting for the fates to say, oh, we bless you.
Instead of aspiring to be someone else or
right.
It's
like, how do I be? Yeah. How do I be the best version of me? Instead of wondering, how do I be Stan Lee? There was already a Stan Lee. You don't have to worry about that. But how
and
can
he
you
did,
be you?
And that sounds heartless, but you will be too one day. So why not make the best you now?
That's true. Remember, it's like when somebody, sometimes if I'm feeling a little cheeky, people ask, well, how are you doing? And I go, better than Steve Jobs.
Word.
Oh, no matter what, I am doing better than Steve Jobs
As
right
long as
now.
we're this side of the earth, we have a chance
Yeah.
to improve ourselves.
Exactly. So yeah, so just like, yeah, so I know that, yeah, so like I said, it's a very strange way to kind of like alleviate stress by realizing, you know what, it's like I'm not special, I'm just me. So what can I do? What am I able to accomplish? You know, and it's like, and like I said, it's like the end result you have no control over, but you can control what you can do. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like, I know that some people get mad because everybody wants to yeah, search for gaps to fill, territory fresh, much fades away, dig deep backwards to find. Yeah, you know, yeah, it's just, this is what I have to kind of think of whenever I get a little too wrapped up in myself, um, especially when I'm running a Kickstarter. Oh, why isn't it doing better? And this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, look, it's like, look, building an audience is hard. In the end, no matter what kind of book you're doing, no matter what you're doing, the bottom line is that you have to have an audience. And sometimes it takes a lot longer to build that audience, and you know and I think that as it's a lot easier to build an audience when you're doing a book, when you're doing a project that you love doing, that you want to do anyway, as opposed to like chasing trends because you think you're going to make money at that. It's like no, you're not course correcting, you're distracting yourself.
Right.
I mean, because look, I understand making comics requires money. Not everybody can be me, doing most of everything myself,
Right.
and being able to pocket that stuff, that money myself. Not everybody can do that. But the thing is, though, is that, okay, so if you have to pay for a certain amount of people to get this project done, and your comics only make a certain amount of money, you kind of have to look at that data and figure out how to work with that. Sitting back and looking at this information goes, well, I deserve better.
Huh.
It's not helpful.
You know what that does? That creates these failed campaigns.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's, yeah. So when I tell people you're not special, yes, the best voice in storytelling is your own. Yeah, definitely. So when I tell people you're not special, why me? Well, why not you? Why are you the one? Why are you the chosen one? Trust me. You know what? Chosen ones are in fiction. That's the chosen one trope. Not everybody gets to be Luke Skywalker, okay?
Oh, but you could be like, because I'm Daphne Lage, bitch.
It's like, right. It's like,
there you go.
That's all I can be. That's the only thing I know how to do.
Word.
Is to be me, right? And that's for everybody. The only thing you know how to do is to be you, right? So, get the, so don't let the pressure of everybody else's egos getting in the way make your ego get in the way. Look at what's in front of you. It's like, look at what's in front of you, analyze what's in front of you, and it's like, okay, what can I do with this? Right.
But also don't let everyone else's ego discourage you, because I see that a lot.
Too.
These guys get there and they talk so highly of them fucking selves.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll never be like them. So instead of putting your best foot forward and your effort into making yourself better, I see people fall away. Stop.
Yeah.
Just
because they're too busy listening to other people.
Right.
And here's the funny thing. They all have the same neuroses as you do. They're just trying to cover it up differently.
Right.
It's like, look, it's like, look. So, yeah. So when I say you're not special, I really do mean that sincerely, because I want you to be the best you, not the best somebody else, not a secondhand somebody else. Be the best you, not a secondhand somebody else. And I think that that's a more realistic goal, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
So, so everyone's. So I'm going to be sending a PayPal invoice to everybody for this therapy session.
Fucking Hojo. Hold on. Thank you,
Yeah.
Allison.
Oh,
Hojo, this
thank you.
motherfucker. My mother would like a word.
You know, but it's like, look, in the end, it's like this is more me talking to myself. You know, it's like that's in the end, that's what this is. This is
And this is me using Daphne to lecture you people.
You know, that it's like, you know, this is what's going through my brain and what's, you know, why my eye is twitching all the time. You know, it's like, you know, trying to explain this to myself. But it's like, yeah, you know what? It's like, look, all I know is then when I draw that last page, and when I sketch out that last page on issue 15, I am just going to I know I'm going to be ugly crying for a little bit.
You better video it too.
You know?
We need the content, Daphne.
You know, I mean, really, because that's what's important. That's what's important for me.
We need the content. We need them ugly tears.
Yeah,
you
know,
have that shit. We're gonna make TikToks out of it. We're gonna do all the youth stuff.
Because it's like, look, that's my goal right now. Let me finish my it's like a conversation Cobra and a mongoose. You know, so it's like, yeah, so what are your goals, right? It's like, what are your goals? What is it? Forget about what you deserve. What are you planning? Right. What can you do right now that puts you in the right direction of where you need to be in? You know? So that's everyone's homework for today. Forget about what you deserve. Forget about, well, I put in so much work. I should be here. I should be there. No. Where are you David. Now? Take care. Where are you now? And where do you move from here? And how do you move from here? You know, that's because I know that's where I am right now. So it's like, you know, because, you know, like I said, you know, any asshole can succeed, you know, but can you be the best version of yourself?
Be the best asshole you can be.
Well,
oh wait, no, that's wrong.
I don't think that's it. No.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I tried.
Oh my goodness. So you have any kind of like final thoughts on this? I mean,
on this, no. I threw my 2 cents in here and there.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have much. 2 cents is all I had. Daphne.
Yeah, I know. And in this economy,
yeah, I'm broke. I'm broke.
In this economy.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I just want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out and putting up with our nonsense right now. Look, like I said, this is all just, we don't plan this. It's like I just start freeform talking and whatever comes out. And if we can make it make sense, that's what we do here.
Right. And if it doesn't, okay.
Right. If you can get something out of it, you know, thank you so much. You know, and also thank you so much to everybody who gave us super chats during the show. I just want to tell everybody that you don't need to do that. If you can,
we appreciate it if you do.
Yeah,
if you can,
yes.
But don't put yourself out for it.
Right. No, exactly.
But all super chats will go directly into the funding it takes to maintain the network. So
right, yeah.
In case you ever wanted to know where that goes. And then if we ever make enough to cover the cost of the pro StreamYard and all that stuff, then it will be divided equally between the host on the network. So
yeah, that's where we're at. Everybody who did. I mean, like I said, you don't feel pressured to do that, but we appreciate everybody who does that, you know. Hello. And yes, and I want to thank all my beautiful eyeball people for putting up with us for this hour. So thank you so much. I hope that you got something out of it. Like I said, most of the time I'm just coming on here and babbling whatever comes to mind, you know, and it's like we just have fun with it. So, you know, and here's the thing too. I just want to remind everybody that everything that I talk about is from my point of view. And it's like all I can say is take what you need and leave the rest. It's like this is not us saying this, that, and the other thing, and this is definitive, and this is how you do things.
We're like, not the secret sauce.
Yeah,
you have to make your own secret sauce.
Yeah, exactly. And usually it's just mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard.
And a pinch of sugar.
And a pinch of sugar, yeah. You know, and it's like, this is just our opinions on stuff. And it's like, some things work for us, some things don't. And the same thing for you. It's like some things that we recommend might not work for you. And some things that you might do that works for you might not work for us. So it's kind of like throwing all the information, all the Lego pieces out on the table, and then everybody gets to build their own thing with what works, you know? So, you know, so in the end, all I can say is that I hope that you find what works for you, you know, and what makes you have passion for what you're doing. You know, that's in the end, that's all I can ask for. So thank you so much, everybody, for spending this hour and 10 minutes, you know, with us. Do you have any? Well, actually, you did most of the announcements.
I hit it early, so we're good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We will be back on Monday with another episode. Again, I just want to thank everybody who pledged to Eagle Raven so far. Thank you so much. We're on our way. I would like to. We have 2 weeks left. I would like to hit 4,000 so that we unlock the second chapter to the Eagle Raven novel that everybody on the campaign will get as either a PDF or an EPUB.
With some amazing cover art by my baby.
Yes.
No nepotism.
Yes, exactly. Total nepotism. You know, so you'll be able to read the novel on your e-reader as well. Trying out some new formats. I hope everybody likes it. So thank you so much for that. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and everything else going on, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at eagleworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress and any live updates I may have at that moment. And remember, you can check me out on YouTube as well for my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Usually I do every alternate Wednesday. So this coming Wednesday, I should have another live stream again. It's a draw stream, 2 hours of me just working on something and us having a conversation in the chat. It's usually really fun. So it's kind of like being at a convention, but nobody's complaining about you being in
without
front of
the body odor and invasion of your personal space.
That's true. Yes. So Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And remember, you can also read Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn for free. If you are seeing this for the first time, you can head on over to the website. The strips upload every day, Monday through Friday. I also have a free PDF for you to download if you just want to check out the first 16 pages of the first issue to try it out before you head on over to the campaign. So yes, you can go on. Head on over to the website there. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, yes, 20. That's a lot of reading. You can also catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And that story arc will be returning to Kickstarter later on this year with the re-release of issues 1 through 5 and the brand new issue 6. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you on Monday. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
It's Monty Moore. I'm a 30-year comics veteran in comics, games, and movies, and you've been watching one of my absolute favorite podcasts, Catch the Craze.
You are watching Catch the Craze.
What am I listening to?
And you're listening to Catch the Craze.
Where are all the indies at?
A Catch the Craze podcast.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Catch the Craze.
What are you going to do?
Subscribe now to Catch the Craze, the #1 show online for independent.
Have you subscribed to?
You are an independent. Catch the craze! Making moves on your own. Catch the craze! On your grind in the streets. Catch the craze! Join the movement. Catch the craze.